Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome again to our storytelling channel. Our story for today is entitled Last Things Last. Arriving in the village of Bethany one day, Jesus knocked on the door of a humble home. "Come in and welcome," said the bright-eyed, vigorous woman who opened the door. It was Martha, and she was proud and glad that the famous teacher of Galilee had come to her house to rest and eat. "Mary!" I can hear her calling excitedly. "Mary, it's the master. Hurry, get the table laid, fix the fire, get that pot of beans boiling." At once, the whole place was like a beehive, with Martha buzzing about at top speed, doing all things she thought should be done with such an important visitor in the house. By and by, a mixture of familiar sound came from the kitchen: the clattering of pots and pans, the clink of dishes, the chop-chop of a knife on wood, told that Martha was doing her utmost to give the master the best meal she could. Then, after a long moment of silence, Martha shouted, "Mary, where are you? Mary, I need you to stir the soup. Mary!" Quick footsteps followed, all the way from the kitchen to the living room. "Well, of all things," cried Martha, as she caught sight of Mary sitting on the floor listening to Jesus. Turning to her guest, she said, rather testily, "Don't you care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her to help me." Jesus looked at her, smiling gently as usual. "Martha, Martha," he said tenderly, "you are worried and troubled about many things. One thing is needful. Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken from her." I don't think this means that Jesus didn't appreciate all that Martha was doing. By no means. He saw that Martha needed to learn a very important spiritual lesson. You see, Jesus was there for just one little day, perhaps for one brief hour. Martha saw in his chance to cook and make her house all pick up, speak, and span for their honored guests. But Mary saw in it her one great opportunity to talk with the Prince of Teachers. Here he was right in her own home. For all she knew then, it would never happen again. There would always be the house to clean, dishes to wash, and food to cook. But this day, this wonderful day, Jesus was here, and there were so many questions she wanted to ask him about his teaching and his kingdom. There wouldn't be time to ask them all, but while he was there, she would make the most of every precious moment in his presence. This was the good part that Mary chose. She could have chosen to sit on a kitchen stool and prepare vegetables or mix a cheese omelette, but she chose instead to sit at Jesus' feet and learn of him while she could. Most of us need to make Mary's choice today. We are so much like Martha, rushing about at a terrible speed, cluttering and hanging our way through life, too busy to pray, too busy to read the Bible, too busy to go to church. Of course, we must not shrink our part of humble everyday duty, but let us try to put first things first and last things last. Shall we? Always choose the good part. Nobody will take it from us. They couldn't. Not if we want it badly enough. So, ang lesson po natin dito ay, let us first choose Jesus. Kahit marami tayong ginagawa, tayo ay busy-busy sa araw-araw nating gawain, let us first pray, read the Bible, and go to church. Yung ating mga work sa bahay ay pwedeng maghintay. Pero ang ating pakikipag-usap at usap sa ating Panginoon at pakikinig sa kanyang salita, pagbabasa ng salita, ay mas importante kaysa sa mga bagay na nandito lang sa ating paligid. So this is the importance of choosing wisely. Kailangan tayong mamili ng mas nararapat na bagay kaysa sa mga makabundong bagay. Salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Thank you for listening and God bless.